Hey everyone, I am alive. I know, my first video of the day, but the thing is, this is a really interesting one that I didn't know I was going to be talking about until literally 5 minutes ago. So the NVIDIA Shield in China, it's using the Tegra X1, and it has Nintendo Wii games on it. Now, the Wii games actually do run in HD. They've been, I don't know, remastered of sorts to run in HD. But they have released an update for Twilight Princess that is using deep learning to improve the visuals of the game. And I have to say, the results, they're pretty gosh darn impressive. This is notable because this does mean it is possible for the Nintendo Switch to get this process. After all, NVIDIA and Nintendo have at least a 10-year partnership that they are probably in the second or third year of and could be extended. And obviously, the Switch itself is using the same technology. So it's entirely possible that this could be deployed on Switch if Nintendo gets to a point that they want to bring Wii games over. It's also interesting to see how this might be able to possibly work by making other games, maybe GameCube games as an example, look better and appear in an HD resolution. So how big of a difference does this make? Well, the company pushed out an update that dramatically improved the game's graphics. NVIDIA claims that this is all thanks to deep learning. Over 4,400 textures have been improved after the introduction of the new update. So the image you see at the top of the screen right now is before the update. Still looks good. Obviously, it looks like they're in Zora's domain there. Looks great. Looks, HD, kind of blown out a little bit. It's not really, like Twilight Princess HD in this case. This is more so an upscaling of the original game. Well, the image you're seeing on the bottom is after that update. Look at that detail. I mean, I really noticed it, not just in the coloration obviously being toned down to what would be a more realistic approach to that cavern-like area, but you're also seeing things like improved, textures and improved look on things like Midna's hair, something that instantly popped out to me the moment that this changed. You're also seeing a lot of pop out in some of the textures on the floor and on the walls. Overall, it just looks, well, almost more realistic, and Twilight Princess does use a more realistic art style. So there's a few other examples here. Here is Link in the original quote-unquote remaster or upscaling on the Tegra X1 on the NVIDIA Shield, and here it is after the deep learning update. Now, this one's even more obvious. One, the ground textures. It's impossible not to see that they went from the normal muddy textures that are in it to a much more realistic style texture that you would see in something like, well, I don't know, an Unreal Engine 4 game, and that was made possible by a deep learning update. That is insane. Deep learning, by the way, is basically ran by AI. It's AI that goes through the game and does this, and it's crazy. Now, you also notice other increased details as well. You'll see a little bit of increase in details on Link's little tunic there on his shoulder. You'll also see his hair looks a bit more defined. Now, it's not actually retexturing the game. It's improving the textures that are already present. So that's why the hair, while it looks better, it's not going to be like individual little strands of hair because it's not actually replacing those textures. Now, there is a few other examples as well. Here's the title screen, as you're seeing, pretty cool. And then here it is after the deep learning update. Now, this one isn't as noticeable, of course, just given the wide range of scenery here, but you do see a bit more of a texture, a bit more of a lived-in feel on the Bridge of Eldin. This is really cool because we can actually see how this looks in comparison to what Twilight Princess HD looked like on Wii U. Now, there are other ways to possibly compare this. I don't have any video footage at this time, but throughout this, you've basically seen here's the original remaster, here's the deep learning, here's the Wii U HD version, and all of this was made possible due to some Twitter users. Their handles have been down in the corners of the screenshots. But this is crazy to me because this to me almost looks better than Twilight Princess HD on Wii U. This makes me want this and not Twilight Princess HD, because Twilight Princess HD, as amazing as it is, some of the changes in it didn't really feel like it fit with the original way of the game, specifically with how they handle bloom. Now remember, Twilight Princess already was a game that had a lot of bloom. But this also makes me extremely excited to see this style of update to other Wii games on the platform. Now, important to note, these Wii games were put on the NVIDIA Shield TV in China legally. Nintendo told them. Nintendo helped them make this possible. This had to have been, at least I presume it had to have been, not only just part of their partnership with NVIDIA, but also a way for Nintendo to potentially get Wii games working on Switch eventually. Now, obviously, they're going to have to sell those Wii games. We can't play Wii discs on our Switch, but you can't play it on the TV there. You have to buy them off of their digital shop. So I'm really impressed by this stuff. I just wish we had some actual footage rather than just screenshot comparisons. All those screenshot comparisons are probably going to give you a better look and feel because you can get a look at the finer details rather than seeing everything in motion. But I honestly think this deep learning update is very impressive. And the possibilities for this with Wii games and even GameCube games on Switch, I mean, my mind is racing at this point. Now, I don't know that we're going to get these games on Switch anytime soon. I'm sure that NVIDIA Shield exclusivity of these ports is probably a timed thing. There's only, maybe for the first couple years here because Switch isn't really all over mainland China yet, whereas the Shield is. So once Switch can get that mainland China penetration, then maybe that's when it opens up and they bring this stuff over to Switch because literally it's the same technology. Their Shield and the Switch use the same base technology. This can run on Switch. This isn't even like if the Switch needs more power, or the next generation Switch can do this. No, the current Switch can do it right now. That's awesome. Imagine having the ability anyways to purchase your entire Wii backlog or your entire GameCube backlog, but have it look this good. How? Just off machine deep learning. Crazy the way technology is getting these days, huh? Isn't it? Anyways, you gotta let me know what you think about all of these images and these comparisons down in the comments below. Obviously, this being a Zelda game made me really want to cover it, but the possibilities are endless. Imagine this happening to Galaxy. Imagine this happening to a zillion Wii games. I mean, there's so many that I would love to see remastered in this kind of way. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I am Nathaniel Rovagents from Nintendo Prime. Be sure to enter our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch giveaway bundle. It's a bundle. It's that bundle that they gave that has the, all of the customizations done to the Joy-Cons and the Switch and the dock. Yes, we are giving one of those away. Leave that IO link in the description. I think I've said enough. On to my next video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.